Verse 2. And a man who had been lame from his mother's womb was being carried along, whom they used to set down every day at the gate of the temple, which was called Beautiful, in order to beg alms of those who were entering the temple. And a man. Why this guy? You ever ask yourself that? Why this man? No doubt there were countless beggars. There were many with need. Why this guy? I bring to you the doctrine of election, and I champion the sovereignty of God. And I pray that you will grow comfortable in recognizing that God is God and we are not. That God chooses those upon whom he will bestow his mercy and his grace. You and I are not going to ever take that role away from God. What we do is what Peter and John are demonstrating. We walk filled with the Spirit and led by the Spirit. You see, if you press this theologically and ask, why this guy? You and I do not have license to say, well, I guess it was his lucky day. Well, I guess that's who they chose. No, this is the man that God chose. Because he had a plan before time began. That this is working out exactly as God intended. You see, Peter and John were Spirit-led. They were not leading the Spirit. The Spirit was leading them. And this man, albeit totally unsuspecting at this point, is about to be so richly blessed that his life literally will be forever changed. This is God's sovereign plan being enacted. This is the people of God, now Spirit-filled, Spirit-empowered, Spirit-led, walking in faithful obedience, and just as real as you and me, you can feel and know that God said, right there, that's the one. Him. And we watch Peter and John walk in faithful obedience. He said he was being carried along. I just want to ask you, who are you carrying to Jesus? Who are you carrying to the gospel? And the verb tense in this sentence makes it clear that this was an ongoing occurrence. And I just say to you, God's blessing follows his obedient servants. And perseverance is a major part of obedience. You see, they had been carrying him for a long time. Oh, that we would have the stamina to walk in the Spirit and to be faithfully obedient servants. That if the Lord has called you or me to carry somebody, that we say, get on board. By the grace of God, these shoulders will take care of you. Come, lean on me. Let me help. Whom they used to set down every day. Friends, this act of kindness, this support, please recognize this is not a strategy. I hear so often today in the church this idea of using service to the needy as a strategy. Friends, Christ-likeness is not a strategy, it's a responsibility. They did not do this to get that outcome. You and I are not to manipulate ministry or any other kind of mechanics to get something. To do so is to stain and tarnish your witness. Because then what you show the world is a manipulator and not the Messiah. But when the love of God oozes out into who we become, truly no strings attached, truth in love, ambassadors of Christ, now that will get the attention of a world that doesn't see us building things with manipulation and marketing principles, but sees us being the body of Christ. Who are you carrying to what they thought that day would be just like any other day? Carrying the beggar to beg. Oh, if we would embrace what could be when we bring people to the place where Christ just might be waiting to meet them.